Alright, I'm a little late to the party, like I always am in G.I. Joe world, because today I finally got the Cobra Arctic B.A.T. And B.A.T's one of my favorite classified figures so far. I've said this in past videos, and I am going to make a video pretty soon about my top 5 G.I. Joe classified figures thus far that I have, and spoiler alert, there might be a B.A.T. on that list. But will I like the new Arctic B.A.T. so much that it makes the list? I don't know, but when they first announced this, I had to have it. Look at that chainsaw arm. So when they first announced this, first showed it off, I was super hyped for it. A lot of people were. However, I don't think a lot of people know this is actually not an original creation. There was an Arctic B.A.T. in the original series, but it was like way at the end of the series, back when, you know, I didn't collect them anymore or anything like that. They went through, obviously, the original G.I. Joe series went through many iterations, and the Arctic B.A.T. was actually from series 30. Yes, 30 in 2014. It was, I think, only available once. It was a Toys R Us 2-pack. It came with the Arctic B.A.T. and Snow Job. It was like a 50th anniversary, like G.I. Joe thing. So this doesn't look like exactly like that one. So it's not like a, you know, an exact remake or anything, but technically there has been an Arctic B.A.T. before. So when I first saw this, I did think it was completely original to the classified series, but it's actually not. There was a former Arctic B.A.T. However, the former Arctic B.A.T. did not come with a chainsaw, okay? It's all about the chainsaw arm, okay? And I definitely had problems getting him. He kept going in and going out of stock, and oh man, it was a long journey to finally get him in my hands. I know some people have had him weeks ago, a month ago, you know what I mean? Whatever. This is mine. I'm happy with it. So we got the typical G.I. Joe classified windowless box. All the accessories here. He does have a decent number of accessories. I don't see a lot of hand accessories in this picture. So maybe he just has the chainsaw? I don't know. We'll see when we get him open. So it's got the original art right there, which, like I said before, it's one of the hallmarks that I love about the G.I. Joe franchise. But they're little tiny boxes now. I don't like that. First side, we got the QR code to go to the store. Yay! And he is number 69 in the series. There we go, 69 is a little better on this side. There's more of the art right there. Same art as on the front, like I said. All right, going on to the back, you have the renders here, all the accessories, and I was right. He literally only has that one hand accessory, so this is definitely a departure from the old B.A.T., the B.A.T. that's come out in the series thus far. The signature thing of the B.A.Ts are the hand accessories, right? But he's only got the really cool one that we're going to talk about, you know, but he does come with the rifle, right? And I've talked about that in past B.A.T. videos, how I associate them with the rifles more than the handguns. So he's got his rifle back here. He's got multiple plates in there, it looks like. So, you know, we'll see when we get him out of the package. He's got multiple heads too. And the icons, if you haven't seen my previous videos, they keep shrinking the icons. I'm pretty sure they're going to go away pretty soon. They don't care anymore. So this is an Arctic environment. Long range weapons. This is a sniper rifle, obviously. Hand-to-hand combat, and I think Arctic combat again. So definitely different icons than the normal B.A.T., but obviously they're geared towards the Arctic. Super excited about this figure. I love the B.A.Ts, like I said. Can't wait to check them out. All right, let's check out Mr. B.A.T. up close. I've played with him loosely, in the loosest sense of the term, for a few minutes. And, you know, obviously we know this is another B.A.T. I've done the Python Patrol B.A.T. and the regular B.A.T. so far. I do have the Crimson B.A.T. that I still have to open up, so I'll do that eventually too. So what I'm getting at is there's a lot of reuse here. Obviously, you know, there is enough to make this sort of a new figure, which is the idea behind this. A new cool version of B.A.T. Obviously, you know, the arms, the chest, the crotch, the legs, the boots, everything is reused from the B.A.T. except for the head and then the outside accessories, which is typical of the G.I. Joe classified series, right? They reuse a lot of the undersides, but they make like the pouches different and stuff. So obviously these shoulder pads are new. This belt is new. These thigh guard things are new. One of them has a gun holster on it too. Those are all new, but everything else is reused. So sorry, I just kicked the camera. So if you compare them to the original bat, everything underneath is his. But then obviously it's got the Arctic color scheme, right? Which is why you're sort of getting this, right? So I do very much like the baby blue sort of circuitry in here. It looks really cool. All of the outside pieces look like they fit well. These are not attached on, just so you know, these do move around. So as to not hinder the movement of the shoulders or anything. Like if you do want to do something like this, you can move this shoulder pad around, which is pretty cool. These are also, these can move up or down. Mine were very uneven right out of the box, so I had to just even them out a little bit. So they look cool too. I definitely dig, like the big changes here are obviously the Arctic color scheme, right? And I think these colors work really well together. I think they're a little bit plain, you know? Like the original Arctic Bat actually had some texture to his thing. He had like gray, I don't know, I think it was like gray and black like box shading on his uniform somewhere, like camo a little bit. That would have been pretty cool to sort of transfer into here, but you know, Hasbro's got to watch that bottom line, you know? So the big, obviously new piece that we're seeing here, other than the pouches and stuff that I mentioned before, the shoulder guards right here, which do look really good, is the head. So this is definitely a unique head, right? Because most of the bats have that, you know, regular head with the shield in the middle. So this is a more like a very futuristic, like, I don't know, Terminator sort of, Skynet sort of future-esque helmet. And I do think it looks really good. The colors are muted. It's just black and silver and a little bit of dark gray. I would have liked maybe, you know, some glowing red or something like that. That would have been cool. That would have stood out a little bit because he does come with an alternate head, which is the traditional bat head. And so for me, this head looks way better because, I mean, this does have a little red in it. Now that I see it through the cameras, a little bit like there. But like if they did this black thing in like a different color or something like that, make it look, you know, stand out a little bit more, I think that would look better. But I have no complaints about the sculpt. No complaints about the sculpt. I think it looks awesome for sure. If this is the way you want to display it, then he looks pretty awesome. However, this head really strikes me. I really love the colors on the visor here. How it's that baby blue and it sort of goes to green, like fades to green, and it's, you know, got a little glitter to it. It's got a little sparkle to it. I think this looks killer good in person. It's got, you know, it's the same sculpt as the rest of the bat heads, but it's got, you know, that gray stripe right there, some gray accents on it. Like, I think this looks really good. This is pretty ballin'. So I think I'm going to display him in this head, but there's nothing wrong with this head. This is the unique sculpt that's just for the set. So when you get this set, obviously this is an army builder, right? So, I mean, if you want more than one, you could have an army of them looking like this. But 2 heads to choose from, you know, let's... All right, the neck is very loose. Right, that's what he looks like with his other head. Is that on there? Right, I guess that's on there. So that's what he looks like with his other head. So I definitely like this look. I think it doesn't match quite as well because this white is a little darker than this white. I wish they matched the whites a little better. I hope you can see what I'm talking about. But this white is like pure white. This is like almost a really, really light gray. So it doesn't really match that well. I don't know, maybe I will use the other head. But I mean, I love the colors of the visor on this one for sure. But that's what he looks like with both heads. And while I have the figure out, we might as well go over the chest plates too. Because again, like my criticism of the original bat was I wish this actually was a hologram. Like as a homage to the original figure. That would have been so cool. But you know, it's okay, it's not. It looks okay. And this one looks great with that sort of baby blue in there. Looks really good. And he actually comes with 3 different chest plates. So let's take a look at him. This is the battle damaged one. This is the same one as the old bat. It's the same exact sculpt and everything. So there's no different here. It's just the same exact thing, just white instead of black. But obviously, I keep my regular bat displayed in this one. It obviously looks, you know, pretty good. Battle damaged right there. A little plain, I guess you could say. It even looks more plain if that's a word, in white. And again, this white doesn't exactly match this white. That's so gonna annoy me. And he also has one with a cobra symbol, which is one the original Bat did not have. The original Bat had a unbattle damaged black one, but it was just plain, so it looked very plain. That was the only thing I liked more about the Python Patrol Bat, is the plate had that design on it. So this one with the Cobra symbol on it obviously looks even that much cooler. But let's not stop there. Chest plates for everybody. You get a chest plate, you get a chest plate, you get a chest plate. It also comes with another one. Now this one is more of like a utilitarian chest plate, I guess. Obviously it's probably armor there, but there's pouches and there's some, I don't know what those are. It's probably armor of some sort, you know what I mean? So, you know, it has a use because, you know, he can keep things in there like Skittles. But he definitely looks cool in this one. It's two-tone. It's got the gray and the brown that matches the brown on the belts and stuff. So, I mean, I really like this chest plate, to be quite honest with you. I think there's a lot going on here, and it looks pretty cool in relation to the rest of the figure. The brown doesn't exactly match the browns down here, but it's pretty close, I would say. All right, the articulation is typical 100% G.I. Joe articulation. I don't like to go over every single video. Waste time, sound like a broken record. So, you know, the only difference between the robots, the Bats, and the other G.I. Joes is there's single elbows. There is double knees still, which again, this is just underside, right? So it's the same thing as the Bat. So double knees, it's got those big bread loaf feet, which, I don't know, look interesting. I wasn't a huge fan of those at first, but single elbows, right? Because he's a robot. They're not very flexible, you know what I mean? It does have a small butterfly joint in there. Got the bicep swivel, shoulder articulation. The neck is very loose on this one. I don't know. He can really go crazy. Like, woo! He can go nuts with his big old loose giraffe neck. Again, these shoulder pads do move. You could pop these off if you even don't like them, probably. Going around to the back, he's got, you know, the backpack hole for the backpack. And two more of the accessories that he comes with that he shares with the original Bat 2 are the backpack. The backpack is completely the same. But again, I love this backpack. It's a homage to the original backpack. And this gun is the same. No paint details or anything, but it's exactly the same. It's just that flat gray. The Python Patrol backpack was an improvement on this because it actually, I believe it was black, but these tubes right here were a painted color. So the Python Patrol backpack is definitely the best backpack thus far. But I do love this backpack. It looks almost just like the original backpack. Can hold all the accessories. It's kind of weird because this guy doesn't come with a lot of accessories. He only comes with the chainsaw. So you're only going to keep his hand in here, I guess, unless you mix and match, which obviously you can do. You do whatever you want with your figure, okay? And speaking of the hand accessories, this is why you get this guy. He turns into Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man. That'd be cool if he had a chainsaw head. Someone work on a custom for me. A custom Bat chainsaw head, okay? Please, please, please. But anyways, this is a chainsaw hand. How cool is that, right? I guess this little thing is a exhaust or something, you know? I don't really know what this pipe is. I guess it, you know, blows air out or blood out, you know, as he goes through. So it's a solid piece. Like, if the chainsaw doesn't obviously move or anything like that. But, you know, it looks amazing. It's got good sculpt work. It's got two-tone colors, right? So the dark gray, it's got the black, I'm gonna call that exhaust. and then metallic silver sort of inside going around. Goes around just like that. So obviously when he's, you know, trudging through the Arctic and, you know, there's a tree in his way, this is the guy you call. This is why you buy this set, right? So obviously I hope the whole figure is worth this little accessory, but, you know, it looks pretty amazing. And obviously this is super unique. This is why you get the figure. It's pretty cool. All right, there's a little sneak peek with him with it on his hand. I can't speak today. And I mean, this looks ballin'. This looks so cool. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. This is why you get this figure, right? Turn G.I. Joe into a horror movie. Zzz. All right, and the last accessory, he comes with a lightsaber. A lightsaber. You can turn him into a dark Jedi. Bzzz. Or is this a flashlight? Just kidding. Or the rifle. Remember, he's long-range combat, so it comes with a rifle. And I'm actually pretty amazed by this rifle. I was not expecting this to be as cool as it is. I hope the camera's focusing. So, you know, it's a big long rifle. It's pretty similar to, I guess, to some weapons in the past. It does have the, paint accents on it, so it's not just black. It's black. It's got the, Arctic coloring. It does have a stand right there that comes down, so he can snipe from afar. And obviously that silencer piece does go on the end here. The tip of my gun's a little bit bent, but anyways, it goes on the end, right? So now, bam, it looks amazing. It's got a strap right here, so it's a harder plastic strap. It's not super soft or anything like that, but he can carry it around his body when he's walking around. But it doesn't stop there. Messing around with the gun, it also has this little thing. I guess this is grenades or something. Maybe, I don't know what this is. You move this down and, it gives you access to what these are. And these actually come out, cha-ching, like that. So this must be a clip of like bullets or something like that. But I don't know. I like the attention to detail on this stuff because you could probably even miss that. You know what I mean? Because the gun comes like this. It doesn't come apart. So some people might not even know that's there. You know what I mean? But I was messing around with it and poking and stuff. But this is something, obviously, they didn't have to do, right? But it just makes it that much cooler. Even though it's not something anyone's going to see when you display this or anything like that, you know what I mean? But it's definitely a cool touch, and that's why I really, really, really like this sniper rifle. This is pretty cool. Got a gun holster down here for the gun. Obviously he can hold this, or he can, strap it over his shoulder. And look at that. See how it's bent? Like I said, that's one of my pet peeves about the figures, stuff being bent out of the package. So I'll try to get that, unbent. I have no complaints other than that. It's a pretty pimpin' gun. All right, here he is, all suited up, all actioned up, all ready to go. The gun doesn't fit too tight in his hands. His hand's a little bit loose, but that's, a minor complaint. So I really like the design here, for sure. This is a good addition to the Bat family. It's way better than the Python Patrol one, way better than the Python Patrol colors and everything. And now I have 4 different bats, so I'm starting to begin building a bat army. Bats are like Pokemon, gotta catch them all. Alright, that's me checking out Arctic B.A.T, one of the newest figures in G.I. Joe Classified line, number 69. Don't laugh. There's a lot of reuse here, but the updated color scheme, the Arctic color scheme, and the amazing accessories he comes with. He doesn't come with a lot of accessories, but the gun and the chainsaw hand, those are ballin'. The only negative maybe is some of the color matching. Again, the plates and the alternate head are definitely a different white than the body, which is kind of off-putting a little bit when you look at it, but it's not a huge deal, I guess. To me, at least. You make up your mind, okay? So I don't know. I'm glad I finally got him. I'm glad I got another bat. I got 4 of them now, right? So maybe it's going to be the most versioned G.I. Joe figure by the end. You never know. Guys, gals, non-binary pals. A quick one today, just a single figure. The mass unboxings will resume very soon. Very, very soon. Thanks for all the comments, subscriptions, and likes, and all that good stuff. And peace out.